Okay, in this video I'm going to have a look at showing you how to automate the process of creating different markdown notes. So what we're going to do is I've got a Python script here which I'll show at the end, and I've got a few topics here. So programming topics, floats, loops, modulus, function, validation. We've got 3 languages here. And on this side, I have set up a Obsidian Vault with 3 folders in, ready to receive these files. So if we start running this script, what it will do, it's using Coencoder 32 billion live, and it's going to generate these markdown documents, pop them in this folder. It should get going. So it's written the floats. So we've got a little documentation here about floats, floating point numbers in Python, and we've also got some tags at the bottom, which I'll explain what they're for later. So it's done loops as well. So for loops, while loops, examples of break and continue. Again, we've got the tags at the bottom. We've also got modulus, examples, an explanation of what it is, and use cases. So now it's going on to functions. Let's have a look at functions, a basic function, an example, dual parameters, default parameters, returning multiple values. Okay, that's good. And then validation, built-in functions, validate, and then regular expressions, conditions, validation libraries, Pydantic. Wow, this is quite in depth. So I will go over what I intend to use that for in a little while, but now we're on to JavaScript. So we're starting to get some information on JavaScript. So we've got JavaScript language, console.log instead of print. Loops look very different. So we're getting some examples of loops. We've got the tags, modulus, so we can quickly compare that with the Python version, very, very similar. We've got functions, obviously quite different with the way it's set out. Okay, functions, and then validation. So we've got some validation of a form. So it's given me a HTML form with some validation. So a really good use case. Password must be at least 6 characters. Yeah. And now we're going on to C++. So we've got some floats in C++, standard library. Okay, and the tag, I've asked it specifically to use CPP rather than C++ because Obsidian won't allow you to use the plus symbol. So we're nearly done. We've got one more to do, so let's have a look at the modulus. So we've got modulus again, and the last one should be the validation. Let's just have a quick look what that's done. So number range check. Okay, so it looks like it's done quite a lot. I'll just explain what these tags are for, and then we'll look at the code. So in Obsidian, you can look at the graph view, and then you can you should be able to filter by language. So if I type Python, it will show all the topics connected to the Python tag. Or if I do C++, I can look at all the topics connected to C++. So I could look at loops. Not sure how you open them, but oh, there you go. So that will take me straight to that. So we've got all the topics in the folders already made. So how does this work? So it's actually fairly simple. We've got a small Python file here. This is the entire code for it. And we're just using the Ollama library. And I'm running it on another machine. So I'm running Ollama on a different machine on my home network. And we're connecting to it. We have a list of topics I want it to cover. We have a list of languages I want it to produce for the topics. We have a query. So I'm asking it to give an explanation of the topic in the language, give examples of code if it's suitable, because some of the topics are not suitable. And then I'm asking it to add the tags at the end. I'm telling it it's a helpful computer science teacher, teaching the concepts of a language to the students. So we compile the message that we're going to send with this system prompt and the query. We consult the model. I'm using CoinCoder with the message. It receives it back. I create a file name, and then I'm going to open the file and write the message to it. And that's all it does. So quite simple. So the next stage for this, and this is really how it becomes super powerful, is that I've created a topic list, and this is not finished yet, but we've got a list of different computer science topics here. And I've made this for the students anyway, because we're going to go through looking at all these words and what they mean. And that's prompted me to make this. So I've got, some materials I can give to the students. So we've got all these topics. What we then do is we go to our code. Let's just comment this one out. And then we've got these topics. We don't need to print them. That was just to test it works okay. So we're going to open the list of topics, which is all of these. And then it's going to go through, and then it's going to make a file in this vault for every single topic. So I'm not going to run that now, because it's probably going to take about an hour, because it's a lot of files and a lot of topics, and I want to refine that list. I have already tested it, and it does actually work. It does do them all. So I'm going to add to this list and add several more things in, more details, break some of these topics up into smaller pieces. And then I'm going to get it to run through that and then add them into the Obsidian Vault and just create a huge stack of resources. And then I'll just share that with everyone. So yeah, quite interesting. Rather than using, a framework to do this, I've literally just coded it myself, because it seemed for what I wanted to do, I didn't need any advanced features, and I like the fine-grained control of doing it yourself. So yeah, quite interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.